The third or fourth time that TDs are at the EBUCC events, so definitely gaining some beach experience. If we look at Polbo coming from Corunna in the north of Italy, a few big players with lots of beach experience, a few guys from the Fendisk team that won last year, so there'll be a lot of experience there, as well as a lot of younger players. So it'll be interesting to see how they balance that kind of elite level experience with guys that are new to this European scene.
Wow, that's some fantastic information right out of the gates. Not only does he know a bunch of these players, but does a bit of homework too. So excited to share the headsets here with Sam and see what we've got in store. Opening poll just less than a minute away. Sam, what have you been up to personally? We got just before first poll. Talk first about what you're doing here. Who are you playing with, and what's going on with Sam Murphy here in Royan?
For sure, I'm playing with a team called Margarita Mixed. Any
good players over there? You guys gonna be half decent?
I don't know. There's a couple names you might have to check out live.ebucc.eu to see the roster, but there'll be a few familiar faces. We're pretty short. We're 11 people, so it'll be interesting to see how we manage getting through a full weekend, but excited to be here, and there's definitely a few familiar faces that you'll recognize from not just Ranelagh, but a few European teams as well. Yeah,
it's an impressive roster, but we'll see how deep they can go. There's some expectation to see them pretty deep, but the legs will be the only bit of question for that team. They've got 11 super strong bodies over there. I'm very impressed with that roster, but how far can they go in a 3-day tournament? Let's see, but for now, show us them TDs. Polbo with the pull, and the Irish start things off on O. That's Flynn from his own end zone, gets away with the first one. Carey sends it deep right away. We've got a contest, and well defended there by the 47 shirt. And Polbo get a first chance to break, Sam.
Yeah, interesting. Polbo confidently winning the toss and selecting defense to start.
And well defended there by the
40. Clearly pretty confident in their guys going deep and get the D early on.
We got Sebastian Spiegel, a native from the Spanish countryside there. Maybe not. A German compatriot who has been playing with them quite some bit, and he's gone big the other way. I think a bit too far. Or could I be wrong? It was just a bit too much on it. So we've seen dueling deep shots, deed and too far, and 2 turns right out the gates here on the first point.
Yeah, not a bad option. Going upwind, starting with your D-line out there. Why not put it into the end zone, see if you can get some momentum early.
Well, Irish, second asking. Liotta finds a lateral cut and gets the second under there to Carey. Back to Flynn, and he's gone deep. And another one just too far to even bid in front of Shane Doyle. I was close. There was almost there. Shane Doyle, that's a player you've seen around. He's worn some Ranelagh pinstripes.
Yeah, a couple years on Ranelagh. A lot of these guys would have played Ranelagh in the past. Both teams definitely finding their range at the moment, but expect it to clean up as we go on.
And Spiegel and Polbo starting now back into their own end zone. Ermida gets the forwarding pass. Far sideline in front of the grandstand, and another shot. This one does look like it could work unless there's a great defensive touch like we saw.
Another
interesting.
Shot.
That's a deep D for both teams where like it's floated a little too long, and one for each where it's gone too far. And why change the tactics now? That's the 5th turn deep of the point.
Let's call it a huck fest already. Spiegel and Polbo, will they conserve or will they keep playing the same way? They've at least got away with one resetting pass. Zach goes wide and around now. Otero moves forward to Spiegel. Spiegel's gone for distance, but the defense in front of that, and 6 turns. An ugly start. What about the weather right now? Well, we'll talk about that in a sec, but this game is moving at a pace despite the turnovers. No scores on the board, but they are just going end to end already. Flynn's gone deep. Spiegel's macked it and cleans up his own mack.
Yeah. Tough to see the teams just continuing to go back to the hook here. That's 7 turns from the hook. You feel like if anyone just takes a few unders, they might have a bit more success, but who am I to say?
Take a few unders, take a few deep breaths, take something different, but Spiegel's not convinced. That time he hits. They're finally on the board. Otero with the goal. Sam, what can we say about that as an opening point?
I mean, yeah, interesting. I think it's pretty clear the tactics for both teams here. Nobody wants to mess around, but I think there was a lot of pressure on the unders. The deep shots were open. It's more of a case of just finding the range early on. So not necessarily bad options, just need to tighten up the execution a little bit.
That time
let's talk
he
about the weather
hits
here
their
because it's just starting to sneak in here. We're getting drips and drabs of rain. What do you think of this, Sam? What are we going to get here?
Yeah, you can definitely see the flags on the far side of the field, pushing pretty strong. Does look like there's a pretty serious wind going from the left to the right, as we see it on screen. So TD's going upwind. It'll definitely be a struggle, but let's see how they handle it.
Nice pull, landed just inside and rolled way out. So Polbo will have a full defense set by the time it's walked back to the line.
Yeah, that's, I believe, Troy on the mark. Ranelagh's Troy. Obviously, Ranelagh, a great relationship with Spain, apparently. So recruiting from everywhere nowadays.
Here they come. Ooh, and that one contested, but Binchi hangs on. Gets another under. Agbaje. Forwards to McCarthy. Midfield now, and they are playing a little bit different than we saw in the first point thus far. But thrown right into the defense, and the 50 shirt, Pietado, takes it away.
It's a brilliant D. Just sat in the lane for a second longer as his man cleared out deep and reaped the rewards.
And that one shot for goal has enough space, well weighted, and it counts. Oropesa in for a goal. And after a slowish first point, second one a turn and converted rather quickly, Sam.
Yeah, the TD's offense looked much better there. They took their resets, they were working the unders. Maybe a little bit slow to clear.
Takes it away.
Get out of the lane, but I definitely like a lot what I'm seeing from both teams there.
In the lane for a second longer.
So we're getting some friendly faces in the comments. It seems some teammates of Sam.
For goal.
Wondering how he got into this.
Well weighted.
We were happy to have this man. We'll have him every time. Mr. Bogan, it was us. ULTI.TV happily let this man in.
Yeah, I'm not talking to Bogan anymore. When you leave for Clapham from Ranelagh, you're not the most popular person in Dublin. So less of your chat on the stream there, Bogan.
Love the bant. And so we had Sam on the mixed prediction show. He is playing for the country, for his national side in the mixed division. We'll talk a bit more in between points about how that's going to be, but we'll be excited to see a first look at your Irish side, Sam. I guess second look. You guys had the Frankfurt hit out.
Yeah. First look on stream at least, or in public. But we've had a little hit out in Frankfurt against some of the other national teams already.
We're definitely excited to see you guys amongst the many other national sides that will compete there. As this Irish side club team puts another one to turf, and Polbo can look to apply a fair bit of pressure here with a third goal, as we did see a crack of weather in the background there. And Polbo continued to go around the horn. That's Vizcaino, and they've got another one in. That's a 3-0 lead now for Polbo, and the Irish have got to come up with some answers as this weather continues to threaten.
Yeah, speaking to Polbo before the game, they did mention that they're not a team for necessarily the huge highlight plays, the sky and grabs and layout grabs, but their focus is really just keeping the disc. A lot of beach experience. It's tough to play defense out here for a long time, so we've seen that so far. In the first point, I don't think they've had many turns, so showing that calmer heads are prevailing here so far.
And you were talking a little bit off the top before the game with me about the difference between this and Fendisc. You mentioned it off the top as well. But Fendisc, of course, won the EBUCC last year. They maybe had a deeper roster, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think there's a few representatives of this Fendis team on Polbo, 4 or 5 of the kind of top guys, but there are a lot of younger players, so the focus really is just seeing how they integrate into kind of top level European Frisbee, and it's been going well so far.
Looking good early on. This Spanish side, Irish looking to crack on to the goal sheet, but not going to do it quite yet, as McCarthy's throw too far in front of intended receiver Flynn.
Yeah, more of a grass throw there, I think. A little bit too much edge on that throw. Left a little bit too much for Flynn to do.
Here comes Polbo. Pietado. Fires in and under there. Martinez. Finds Rodriguez. Gets the upliner, well weighted and thrown at the only moment without hesitation, or that one wouldn't have worked. A little bit of a falling bid there for Martinez. And he engages his dump to get Vasquez. Quickly, great grab there. And we're getting a light show. Martinez, and that one knocked away Smurf at the nick of time.
Yeah, amazing D there. This must be the most top knots I've ever seen on a line. 4 players on TDs. And the rain's really coming down now. We're seeing some thunder and lightning roll through as well. So interested to see if this one keeps on going.
Yeah, they are still out there. And we're gonna call this game as it goes. There's a deep shot. It went to turf. It's getting ugly out there. It is getting ugly, ladies and gentlemen.
And we're done.
And that is it. It is official now. We are on a lightning delay. It's been a pleasure to have Sam Murphy here. We hope we get him back later for a game that might go on. But we are all finished. We're taking a break, going to safety, and we'll be back when this weather dissipates.
closer. No time to be sober, sunshine on my shoulders. I'm alive and breathing, living my best life. Love is on my...
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
My mom and I made a cookbook. Traditional recipes passed down through the generations.
They cater very well to modern kitchens.
Our recipes come from all over Italy, primarily from Le Marche and Sicily, where my parents come from. Two of the best culinary regions.
All the regions of Italy have their own signature food.
Buying this book will make you smarter and better looking.
Mannaggia Stefano, just promote the book.
Just search Mama's Italian Classics anywhere you can buy books online. Get your hands on a copy.
July from Nottingham, England, the World Flying Disc Federation's World Under-24 Ultimate Championships. Live all-access coverage, including semis and finals, exclusively at ultiworld.com.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ULTI.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.
Well, seems like we're back here. We are definitely back. No seeming about it. These teams have about 5 more minutes. They started their warm-up about 10 minutes ago. We had about an hour and a half, à peu près, more or less, of a break there because of some wild electric storms. But we're back. I'm still here. I'm still Stef Pazzo. I'm still here with Sam Murphy.
Yes, sir.
And we are excited for this one to get back underway. The score is 3-0. It's going to be in the hands of Polbo after a turn. And there's still some questions on exactly where players are going to be, where it will start. But I believe it was in the midfield, just on the Polbo's own half. They're going to take a look now, but yeah, wild weather. That was a wild electrical storm. All hell broke loose, but we followed all the safety protocols. Looks like we're coming back in, and we're going to get ourselves the end of this game. So just before we discuss what we were doing in the break, The game is going to be reduced by 10 minutes, so it's going to be a 35-minute game. The score will remain the same. It's 3-0, and it will come back into play where we saw it last, and the specificities of that are just being determined right now. So both teams will have a look. And so the only other bit of vital information as far as the streaming goes is to make this work. The women's round has only 12 teams, the smallest division, so they are going to play now and during the mixed round three games in this current open slot that is now at 12-1 instead of the 10-11, and 3 in the next round. And that the unfortunate thing about that is the one women's stream game will be plucked out of our schedule. So be aware of that. As we have, as we're chatting, we got a couple more minutes. Sam, the rosters are up. What did you and your crew get up to during the lightning break there?
Yeah, we're staying pretty close by. So most of our team hadn't left the Airbnb yet. Fortunate enough to be starting at 12 o'clock with a first round bye. So played some card games. Sebastian Rossi, resident dealer and games master, introduced some games with questionable ethics, I've got to say, as you'd maybe expect from the Italians. But a lot of fun was had. Excited to see this game now. Hopefully a bit of a mental reset for TDs. They look like they're having fun out there. So, yeah, excited for this.
Yeah, it should be good. I think it is only going to clear up. We still do have a wonderful forecast for the rest of the weekend. The rest of today is could still be a little bit gray, could be continuing rain. But the worst of the weather is behind us now, and we're ready to see what comes new in this game. What else can you tell us, Sam, about what you got in store? We talked a little bit about the Irish mixed team. You guys had your one hit out in Frankfurt. You're getting ready for Windmill, and of course all that's for EUC. What's the vibe of the team? And before I let you speak, I know you joked about not picking yourselves in the Windmill, but beyond not backing yourself for sake of not jinxing yourself, how's that team feeling? How's it coming together? Tell us a bit about yourselves.
Yeah, I think it's coming together nicely. Coach Leo Micklem's done a great job of making sure that everyone's kind of bought in. There's a lot of people that are probably used to being the stars on their respective teams, but everyone's bought in, and it's coming together for that common goal of hopefully doing well at EUC, if not winning. We're going to have a couple of people back that we haven't had at Frankfurt, people that live maybe in North America, so they'll be traveling back for Windmill. It'd be exciting to get the full team together and see how we go. But yeah, really looking forward to making some adjustments that we saw we needed to make in Frankfurt, and having so many games at Windmill. Windmill is a grueling tournament. It's kind of game on, game off all weekend, so lots of chances to work on some stuff, and we'll see how we come out at the end of it.
It's very exciting stuff. As far as the makeup of your team, I mean, from an outsider's perspective, it'd be easy to say Ranelagh and your women's side would be mostly Disque, or no, it would be...
Yeah, I would say it's mostly Ranelagh on the men's side, with a couple XVI, and Furious George now makes up 2 of the kind of 11 guys, whereas the women's is maybe Flame and Gravity are the
Gravity
biggest.
As well, yes,
yeah.
Of course, Flame too. Well, here we go, we're back in action. Polbo with the disc. This would be a break chance again for them. They started with the disc in their own end as though they had just gotten that D, and here we are underway. Pietado forwards, faked up by Martinez and then given and zipped right away, picking up where they left off, and another one on the board, Smurf.
Yeah, no messing around from Polbo there. They looked like they had a little bit more of a clear game plan than the first start of the game, so looking fast out there, hitting some sharp throws, and
here we are
TDs will have to respond.
Pietado forwards.
Get a chance to respond.
Faked up by Martinez and then given and zipped right away.
Pietado with the assist into Martinez.
Yeah, just found the blind spot there. Defender caught looking the other way and took an easy step to the open side. That's about as simple as it gets on beach.
That's it. And to keep hearing more about the Smurf life, club Talk about your club life. You going to be back in the Ranelagh jersey this season?
Yeah, definitely back in Ranelagh, training a couple times a week. Wasn't able to go to a lead invite because of some kind of personal life stuff with family events, but we'll be back. As far as I know, our next tournament is EUCR, so we got a little bit of a break now, focusing on national teams, and we'll be back and looking to do some damage there.
Exciting. Will be exciting to see your first chance at title defense. But here is the TDs behind the disc. Gaitraitis. Now, how do I say that name?
Giedraitis, yeah.
Giedraitis.
Originally Lithuanian. Used to play for Ranelagh. A big guy. Very into the gym nowadays. He is absolutely ripped. So if anyone's looking for some interesting scrolling between games, go check out Lucas Giedraitis on Instagram.
Okay. Watch him getting it done, getting the rounds in, getting the reps in. Otherwise, it's Schindler with the disc.
Yeah, Joey, an ex-teammate of mine from San Francisco Battery. I did not expect to see him living in Europe, but here he is.
Oh, what a well-weighted disc by Schindler. Right over the leaping defender into the hands of Farrelly, and the Irish are on the board with a hold.
Yeah, that is Owen Farrelly's first point of Frisbee since Beaches last year, as far as I know. He's not someone that kind of plays grass. He just shows up once a year for Euro Beaches. But hey, 1.1 goal, not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, he's efficient on the stat line here. Again, you got to give it to the throw there over that defender.
Beautiful.
Sure. Receiver good with a little bit of a distraction in front of him, the leaping man, but that throw perfect.
Yeah, on the money.
So 4-1. You see now you don't see right now, but you'll see as our cameras pass, the flags are wet and hanging down. The wind has completely stopped as everything kind of, water soaks out of all the fabric here, and Polbo going the other way. Martinez.
You hear the call of force them out from the TDs here, clearly looking to make these guys go deep, but it's been all under so far, so maybe a little bit of an adjustment needed on defense.
Yes, they seem to have a step. Polbo, Fernandez there, shoots in, centers, but not quite in for goal. Now surveying his end zone options, gets another reset. That's Rodriguez, straight back to Fernandez. Handler's patient, resetting, happy to lose yardage. Gets another centering one to Martinez.
Yeah, Troiano going every other here is really the rock of this Polbo offense so far.
And back again, Troiano. Rodriguez. Near sideline, it's Oropesa. A very patient attack so far by Polbo, and probably the best defense we've seen out of the Irish all game. Travel called.
Yeah, maybe a much needed break for both teams. This has been a bit of a marathon point already, but much cleaner than we saw from the start. So enjoying this a lot.
So tap back in, it's Troiano. Has a very patient player in the reset area, but goes the other way, near sideline, Rodriguez.
Yeah, no need for Polbo to rush this. They do have the 3-point lead. There's not too long to go in the game, so they can take resets all day, find the right shot, and there it is.
And yeah, just as you said it, their patience prevails. Back on the board, that makes it 5-1, and Rodriguez cashes in that goal. So Polbo staying strong here, but that is the best we've seen from Show Me Them TDs, making them work. There was I was about to say it early in the point that it seems like Polbo have a step. Their first step, they're getting freer a bit more frequently, with a bit more liberty. But as I was about to say that, I'm glad I shut myself up, because the TDs did bring some D there. They would have gone through, I don't know, maybe about 27 passes
Wow.
to cash that one in. So you got to credit the Irish defense there.
For sure. Hopefully he can stick this one in easily, get back out on defense. I suppose the difficult part is turning that pressure into turns, especially when the Spanish are going to be so patient and just reset all day. But hopefully they can do that. Expecting a big point here from Killian Flynn. He just gave a wave to the commentary booth. So hopefully see him going deep. He's got good pace. It's Joey Leota bringing it up.
Leota motioning to his troops where he wants them, and now he's got it into play here. Schindler, and we've got a foul. Yeah, that's the hand signal I saw from Spiegel.
Yeah, you got to think the contact call benefits the offense there more. Keep the flow going, but maybe still getting used to European levels of physicality.
There's a hammer, sideline to sideline, cross field in for a goal. Farrelly cashes it in.
That's the connection again. That's Schindler to Farrelly. Both of the TD's points have been from those two so far. So first game ever playing together, as far as I know. Already building some chemistry, which you love to see.
Leave them out there. Leave them out there. Let them do some more damage if they're the ones getting it done.
Yeah, there's some really strong defenders going out here for TDs. Dennis Galvin, number 39. As far as I know, the fastest man in Irish Ultimate. Maybe Luke Doyle will have something to say about that in the comments. But those two are definitely up there with two of the fastest. Niall McCarthy has been around on the European scene for 10 plus years as a top defender. So let's see if they can get some blocks here.
For those of you just tuning in, Amelia Durbin, yes, there is... All the streams are pushed back 1 hour, and unfortunately one is plucked out of the calendar. The next would-be women's match will not be streamed, as it has to be played on another field to catch the schedules back up. So we'll repost what our stream schedule is as we go. But now Polbo already in the attacking half.
Yeah, interesting to see Gudritis taking the Troiano matchup here. Troiano going every other in the last point for Polbo. Gudritis is a big mark. He's hard to get it around, but I'd say Troiano probably has the first step. Interesting to see who blinks first in that matchup.
Especially on a player who's going every other touch, as you said. Maybe the speedier defender might be the better option, but let's see what Gudritis can do.
Yeah, you got to throw different matchups there, make them think in different ways. So interesting call by TDs, but good to see them trying different things, see if they can get a block out of it.
Troiano, nice over the shoulder, high release backhand, and one throw later in for goal. And not saying it's a worse defensive effort by the Irish, but Polbo makes shorter work of it anyways.
Yeah, I think that throw from Troiano, the inside backhand off the reset, just really opens up the break side. There's not much you can do downfield if somebody has the disc with no mark on the break side. So tough for TDs. Maybe got to take away those insides a little bit more and slow them down, make them go around the mark instead of those quick insides.
Yeah.
Looks like Spiegel on the pull now again.
Spiegel the pull, and yeah, so if I'm looking down our schedule, it is Casayetes versus Cremas that will no longer be streamed. So after this, we will be going into the mixed division, and we'll get B-Fire versus Ukraine mixed, and then our stream schedule continues as posted.
Yeah, very cool to see a Ukrainian team here. It's obviously been a couple of years since I've seen them at a tournament anyway, so nice to see them back on the European scene. Conley going deep now. Can he get there? He's going to bid. Oh.
Good go for it. The throw had too much on it, though. No receiver error there. Maybe one of those first game on the sand, maybe you're still throwing to receivers thinking they're on the grass and still in the adjustment phase.
Yeah, interested to see when I get out on the sand if the rain has hardened it at all. Obviously the big change from beach is how soft it is. I would have thought that would benefit the Irish, makes it a little bit more like what they're used to. But yeah, interested to see when I get out there.
Yeah, a very good point there, Sam. It must have solidified a little bit for now. Spiegel goes deep, that one in and long jumped for goal. Counts by the 72 shirt of Intormendi, a man who has done some great damage on the beach scene in Europe over the years.
Yeah, Utor, one of their most experienced players, along with Sebastian Spiegel. That forehand put on a rope, as we see here on the replay. Really just got it out in front, but then it sits, gives his receiver as much time as he needs to read and milk it into the end zone for the goal.
Looking good. So, still a little bit of drizzle. Still a few clouds, but clearing up. Polbo having their way in this one so far, commanding 7-2 lead. And that's halftime. Wait, I did see a disco, and as I was wondering what was going on, but it is a half, and it looks like they're just going to play through the half. I'm not sure there is necessarily a rush because of the rescheduling, but if both teams are happy to play, then they'll just send the disc back and put themselves back on O. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're back underway. Second half action.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning as I go here. I am the spirit captain for Margarita Mixed, but not too familiar with the beach rules. So if we see anything, or if anyone in the YouTube chat has some specific rules I should know for my own game, please do let me know.
Here comes Polbo from their own end zone right now. Troiano moves it along to Rodriguez. Those two back and forth with one another. Troiano back on his own goal line.
Yeah, they've switched Dennis Galvin onto Troiano. As we were mentioning, they went for the bigger mark last time and now moved for the maybe smaller defender, but gets roasted up line there. Troiano has all the time in the world to find his receiver in the back of the end zone. Lovely throw again, great movement from Polbo.
Rodriguez celebrates that with a little war cry. Excited to get back on the board. 8-2, and Polbo walking away with this one unless the TDs can come up with some serious change here. It's going to start with holds as always, but their biggest problem is slowing down Polbo here. Their defensive adjustments. We're going to need to see something. What do you think of zones in a 5-player game on the beach here, Sam? Is that something that you support?
For sure, I think it's worth trying. If you're getting torn apart in person defense, you may as well throw out a zone. Honestly, if I'm TDs, I'm not disappointed with this game. You almost want to have your hardest game first, get a good chance to take a bash off probably the top team in this pool, learn as much as you can, and when you get into your games that you're expecting to win later on, you have that experience and you're ready to go.
Little stop-start there by Connor Carey. Put him off a little bit. He kind of slowed down, gave a stutter step as he looked to locate the disc, and then put himself out of contention to make a play for it. So Polbo again will get a break chance on a 2-throw possession. Yeah,
Connor Carey, actually a chef. Previously worked in Michelin-star restaurants around Barcelona, lives in Barcelona currently. So doesn't play a huge amount of Frisbee. Obviously the chefing life is tough hours, but great to see him out here. He's still definitely got the speed. But yeah.
I want to go eat with him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have heard the Show Me Them TDs team meals might be the best at the tournament. So if you can get yourself out to the TD's house.
Here's one. Oh, aerial battle, but early in the air was Doyle, and the battle goes to ground. Polbo going the other way again.
Yeah, good pressure from Spiegel there. Got on Doyle's back, made him go up early, and maybe a bit of a grass jump, expecting to get some more height on that.
Slowed down a little bit at the midfield. Salas, and then Spiegel far sideline. Gomez Rodriguez. Ooh, that was off balance. It didn't look good, and it's into the hands of the TDs. Will they have a strike here? This is still a hold opportunity.
Yeah, in the hands of Noel McCarthy now. He's looking to the end zone.
McCarthy engages his dump. O'Sullivan whips an inside break. Gets a nice layout. Slightly gratuitous by Doyle.
A pick called from Spiegel in the stack. So I'll go back, but I mean, the highlight plays are still highlight plays, regardless of if they count or not.
Yeah, they get on camera. There's another look there. Doyle makes the play. Whether it counts or not, it was recorded on video. of course, here on ULTI.TV. Make sure you're liking and subscribing and becoming a patron, doing all those good things. Smurf, Liam Fletcher giving some updates to Smurf as he's learning his rules. The stall is 7 seconds. Is that right, Smurf? Or are you being toyed around here?
I think this might be a wrong answers only response prompt from Liam Fletcher at least, but appreciate the feedback, Limo.
And as we jest, the TDs get back on the board there. Here's not another look at it, but there they are. It was, I believe, Farrelly who cashed it back in again for his 3rd goal of the game. He's having a cracker out there.
Yeah, impressive to see him come back. Not playing much Frisbee nowadays, but always had an eye for the end zone. And yeah, 3 from 3 from Farrelly so far. So one of the top scorers potentially in the division as we're in the first round of games.
He'll take it.
He'll take it.
Be at the top of that list for a moment. Is still top of that list. Nice pull. Obviously, your beach pulls don't need to have as much on them. You can make them a bit more shapely, make them float a little longer, and still get full field distance out of them. And that one perfectly weighted. This one into the end zone. Good contest, but well taken by Vasquez Marcotte. And Polbo making the offense look easy still.
Yeah, I think that's probably what TDs are looking for. They've got their big man. He's in the deep space and he's there to make a bid, but Polbo just not making any mistakes right now. It's tough when an offense is rolling like they are. But yeah, Polbo looking clean, and TD's definitely getting closer, but haven't been able to cash in even any turns in the last few points. Interesting, you mentioned about the pulls there. Obviously not quite as far to go, so it's not just a matter of distance. When you're playing beach or watching beach, what's your thought on tactics for pulls? Do you roll them out the back or try and get as much hang time and get down there on the first pass?
I'd say the hang time. I mean, take away the first pass is always job one. Static set, letting them like the roll at the back, even if it's static set from the goal line, it's a nice option. Both are good, but if it's one or the other, I'd rather have the attacking team looking up while they're hearing those footsteps still, and give the chance for the flubbed pull as well.
Yeah, Polbo getting the best of both worlds, had a good bit of hang time and came down to roll in the middle back of the end zone there. So tough place for TDs to get going from.
Well, they go nonetheless. Flynn with the disc as we get a stoppage and a quick discussion. Back in play. Ooh, low disc, but well handled. Going to ground. Continued on O'Sullivan. Wide and around. Oh, but too high out of the hands of Carey. Can't hang on there.
Yeah, it's tough. I think when you get tired on the beach, those fundamentals, catching, throwing, might look simple, but when you've been running around for 30 seconds on that tough sand, all those things become that little bit harder, and just slipping through the fingers there for Connor Carey.
There's the under Intermendi. Intermendi shoots deep. High arcing pass into the hands of Vizcaino Hermida. And a 10th goal there at double digits in no time, our Polbo.
Yeah, interesting there. I think Niall McCarthy trying to get involved in the play, had a look to see if you could get involved and get a poach on that reset. At the same time, if your man realizes that, you can see number 12 going deep there, realizes he's poached and finds himself all alone in the end zone. You do have to take risks. They're already down quite a bit. They may as well see if they can force some turns, but didn't pay off that time. Maybe a bit unlucky, but good recognition from number 12 to find the space.
Yeah, they're getting it done there, our Polbo. We're going to be keeping our eyes on all these games, but of course, everybody who's watching now will have keen eyes on the game that was originally scheduled for 3 o'clock that will end up being a 5 o'clock game, and we'll get to see this man in the booth next to us, Margarita Mixed, going against the Swedish team, SWS or SW Solklar. So looking forward to that one too. Some Irish action, but this Irish action up and hanging. Defense got a touch, but collected on the bobble for the score, Smurf.
Yeah, amazing cut there from Binchy. Binchy, typically a handler, would prefer to be in the backfield. I think we saw early that TDs cleared out the handler from the handler space. Polbo did switch well to cover off that deep option. But Binchy finding some space and being patient as well. He saw the defender go up a little early. The defender did get a touch, but great concentration from Binchy to bring in the goal.
10-4 is the score. Lots of time remaining in this game still. It's 32 on the clock, and that includes the reduced time, so there's still 13 minutes before we start capping and adding 2, so there's some likelihood it could go before the 13, but Polbo on a nice scoring pace now.
For sure. Spiegel looks like he'll be fielding here.
And does Spiegel, of course, the German import, but does a lot of beach play with these Spanish sides. Any insights to that one, how that connection happened as he shoots deep and it's taken away, Sam?
Yeah,
any ideas there?
I believe Spiegel lives on one of the Canary Islands, Lanzarote or Tenerife, so he is closer to Spain than Germany, as far as I know. And I thought I saw his name on the Spanish men's roster for EUC on grass this coming year. Again, might have to be checked on that, but Troyano is the captain of that Spanish men's team and is definitely very excited to have someone of that caliber kind of added in to bolster. That'll be an interesting tournament. Spain definitely looking like a dangerous team on grass now as they play more and more European Frisbee.
Excellent insights by Sam Murphy himself. Great bid there. Spiegel's now gone deep, well weighted. That one's in for goal. Gomez Rodriguez cashes in, and that's 11 on the board for Polbo.
Yeah, hard to argue there. You see 99 going in the end zone. I say throw it every single time.
He's got wheels. Is that his specialty? Is he a speed player? Is he just a pure receiver? What do we know about Gomez Rodriguez?
Well, he's been playing a lot in the backfield. I've noticed that he sets up his reset cuts really well. He kind of anticipates when the reset is going to come, so he doesn't wait. He gets into position early, and as soon as Spiegel was looking at the reset there, he was already free. But we've seen Polbo start to flush out their handlers a little bit more, send them downfield. They're seeing the TDs are ratcheting up the pressure, and that can leave a little bit more space as they move deep. So really impressive from Polbo to see how they're adjusting to the different defense that TDs are putting on them.
Excellent stuff. Here comes TDs trying to get another hold. The few they've had have come with a whole bunch of work. O'Sullivan gets underneath there to Doyle. Doyle floats one, but nicely in the end it goes to O'Sullivan with no major problems, and then a sitter through the hands of Giaditis. Troyano. Widen around over to Rodriguez. Troyano again zips one forward and gets the gainer, an immediate shot for goal. And would you look at the speed of that break? 5 throws, max maybe 6, but all without hesitation, no high stall counts, a very quick counterattack.
Yeah, I think you're right there with the no hesitation. The Polbo offense looks clean. Everyone seems to be on the same page and know what they're doing. I think that TD's turnover, they're looking to do the right thing there, get it off the sideline early. But you see Gudraitis point to the reset just before he gets the disc, so maybe taking his eyes off the ball leads to a simple error. Hopefully they can get on the same page moving forward, but Polbo very impressive so far.
Very impressive so far. Could be so far may not last for too long. They're on a game point situation. I tend not to say game point until they get the D, but others, I've had dispute about that. People say that any point that starts with a game point is a game point situation, but right now it's the Irish team called Show Me Them TDs with the disc, trying to extend this game. There's Binchy near sideline, gets a gainer. Schindler has engaged Vinci again, but then goes right through the cut. Galvin goes far sideline and now into the hands of Flynn. Galvin again, now shot for goal. Galvin there, sorry, that's Flynn there for the goal, and the Irish do their job to extend the game, put a clean hold in, one of the few they've had this game.
Yeah, there's been moments of really good offense from this Irish team. There's definitely sparks there. Hopefully they can start to string some of them together as they go into the future rounds. It just hasn't been clean enough across the board, whereas the Spanish, more consistent. Exactly what the info they gave to us before the game is that they're consistent. They don't make highlight plays, but they'll do the right thing with the disc, and they've lived up to that here. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more from TDs in that vein moving forward, but yeah, it's tough to see a way back into the game for TDs right now. Game point now, surely, right?
We can call it game point.
We can call
now.
it now.
They're going, unless, wow, yeah, no, they're going to touch the disc. Even a dropped pull, we're still calling it. This is a game point situation now. And a clean hold, and this finishes as Polbo sets sail. Oropesa dumps back to Vasquez Souza. Through a couple sets of hands, and Vasquez Marcotte looks upfield.
Yeah, we see TD's going middle here, and it immediately generates a break.
And the break could be, oh, and it is. That one counts, not just a break chance, but their first break of the game in extension time.
Yeah, just as I say, there's not much of a way back into the game. Classic commentator's curse. TDs get the break. They did go middle there. It seemed like there was a little bit more clutter downfield than we've seen from the Polbo offense so far, so something that I'd expect to see again. We see Gudrydis giving the heart sign to the camera there. Love to see that. But great to see bookends from him. Gets the D on the under, goes straight to the end zone. Why wouldn't you if you're 6'6", scores the big deep goal.
Yeah, can't coach height, as I always say. Being a short guy, it's easy to say that much. You tall guys are just good because you're born taller. No, that is not the truth at all.
Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But it certainly helps when there's no hesitation. Gets the D, opens up the space off to the races, and gives himself that end zone separation. Why not cash him in?
Yeah, I thought that was a slightly less experienced O-line for Polbo, maybe giving their guys some run in a game point situation to prepare them for later rounds. This looks more like what we've seen from the O-line so far, and already it looks a little bit cleaner.
And there's the shot for goal, 99. That's Gomez Rodriguez, back of the end zone, cashes it in. That is game, set, match. The first round here on the stream is, well, the second round on the stream, but first round in the open division is finally finished. Polbo do put away Show Me Them TDs after a little bit of resistance after a one game point squandered. And that one's in the books. Smurf, what do you think of that one when it's all said and done?
Yeah, really impressed with Polbo there. Both teams played well. Gomez Rodriguez, I would say, showed himself to be not just dangerous in the backfield, but someone who can go deep as well, which is really tough for oppositions to match up with. So impressed by both teams. Excited to see more.
Excited to see more. We were very excited to have Sam Murphy here in the booth with us. We'll hope to get him back possibly for another game this weekend. If not, we're headlocking him into a match for Windmill anyways. So you're going to get a little bit more of Sam Murphy one way or the other. But that will come to be seen as we go. For now, that's been a wonderful match. Once we resumed, we're excited for some nice weather, for some better weather, and to keep this tournament rolling now, bring you all the action. Stay locked on to ULTI.TV. I've been Stef Pazzo with Sam Murphy. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you very soon for the next round's action.
See you soon, folks.
Those who do not know their history can never relive it. The skies, the dives, the sideline smiles. Our past is held in photo albums, drinking stories. The present is a gift. And here at ULTI.TV, we want to make sure we always appreciate it, capturing the immortal moments of Ultimate from around the world and making sure everyone can enjoy them for free, forever. Because the future belongs to all of us.